They're trying to trade KPJ.
Not really.
Well, yeah.
You know what this is? Number one, they know they can't trade him until they gather all the information.
Well, they're letting it be known.
Yes.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, this is exactly what it is. Hey, Shams, we're going to try to trade him, and we're willing to give draft compensation up for him. That's how badly we want to get rid of him. Go ahead and report that.
This is
now Rocket. This is basically a message to Rocket fans that, hey, just letting you know he's not going to be on the team, and we don't want him here. But they can't say that yet.
No.
But this is a way to say it. Yeah, because who in the world would trade for a guy who just is accused of punching a woman in the face multiple times, cutting her, breaking a vertebrae in her back? No one would trade for this guy. No one is going to trade for him. Not even the Hornets are going to trade for him. So this is basically a way the Rockets are saying, we can't cut him now, but just so you fans know, we're cutting him.
Yeah.
That's what that is. Shams knows they can't deal him.
They're not.
No one's going to deal for him.
So he's got 15.9 this year. He's got partial, and which is fully guaranteed. Next year is partially guaranteed and no guarantee on the third year of his deal. So he's not going to get any of that. But he is going to be paid a lot of money. Here's another getting his bag, the sleeping bag. He won't be playing. I doubt. And again, we talked about Miles Bridges.
Well, how do you think he's going to get that money? It's not guaranteed.
Well, it's guaranteed. Yeah, this year's guaranteed, fully guaranteed.
KPJ.
Next year's partially guaranteed, and then the third year's not guaranteed. No guarantee.
Okay, it was not reported that way.
Yes, that's it. That's
when his contract came out.
Yeah,
you know this for a fact.
It's fully guaranteed. I just read the story. Yeah,
by who? Don't say Yardbarker.
By the Houston Chronicle.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. By yeah. It is fully. Here it is. Now working 23 decision.
So I heard it was like $3.5 million is what they would owe this year and $4.5 next year.
I saw he is fully guaranteed this year, partially guaranteed next year, and no guarantee on the third year.
So when his contract first came out, it was, and this is like Shams who had it. Well, I'll just look at Spot Track. I'm a member of that. I pay for that, so I might as well open it up and look at it.
Full guarantee 23-24, partial guarantee 24-25, non-guaranteed deal in 25-26.
I mean, you would have to think they're getting that from the team. You would have to think so. Who is that? Jonathan Fagan?
No. This isn't the Chronicle. It's Darren Albert is reporting this.
Who's he?
So that you got. When asked yesterday, we got some other news about the NBA that we need to get to. But when asked about the KPJ situation, here is Adam Silver, commissioner of the NBA.
The allegations here are horrific, no question about it. But I don't know anything more, of course, about the actual facts other than reading those allegations. We have a domestic violence policy that was collectively bargained with the Players Association. Again, when I say bargain, I mean there was not a contentious issue. They certainly feel as strongly as we do about the issue. Every case, though, also depends on its unique facts. I think here, when we're not in season, there's a little bit more of an opportunity to absorb what's happening before we act. I think if it were a case where we're in the middle of a season, we might be compelled to do something faster. And so while ultimately we're required to be deferential to law enforcement when there's an investigation and clear there's an investigation, now I think this has given us the opportunity, because we're not in season or not, training camps haven't opened yet, to take a little bit of time here to better understand the situation. And one thing I've learned over many years of working on these cases is that not to assume anything here, and that to not just rely on headlines, but to try to truly understand what's happening here as a combination of what law enforcement has learned and direct interviews. And so we're still now in the process of gathering information.
That's not how I do it. I just go with the headlines. That's what I do anyway, right?
Well, and everybody.
We just go with the headlines.
Pretty much everybody just goes headlines. And they're like, you, death.
The new NBA rules about participation. If you can get written permission to rest guys like LeBron, Steph, Kevin Durant, because they've played in so many games. You have to have so many games that you can play in, but you can rest those guys in back-to-back games and back-to-back situations. But if you rest 2 stars, you're going to be fined. You are going to be, and if you are resting them without injury, if you rest them too much,
do we have to determine? Is there going to have to be a tier created for quote unquote stars?
There is a star. Yes, I don't. The definition of star is difficult to put on.
2 per team.
I don't know. I don't know. They didn't clarify how that would work.
They have. If you have made, I think it's an all-star game or an all-NBA team in the previous 3 years, you're considered a star.
What about up-and-comers game, the future
No,
game?
that doesn't count.
Do we count? Does that count?
Because
we're not going to.
For example, the Rockets don't have any. Has Fred VanVleet made an all-star game last 3 years?
0 chance.
I think he
Well,
might
what
have
about
made one.
Yes, he was in the
So,
all-star
I
game.
think
VanVleet was an all-star?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you sure?
I believe so.
Are you sure he wasn't just in a 3-point shootout?
No, then he would
I'm not
never
counting
be a
this.
part of that.
Was he in a skills contest where he dribbles and throws it into a into a basket?
I believe he has made an all-star.
Fred VanVleet
think.
made
Fred
an
VanVleet.
all-star team?
Maybe
Yeah.
not.
First all-star appearance in 21-22.
Yeah, so he would be considered a star
Yeah.
under the new rules.
Yeah.
But the Rockets would only have the one.
I think we're good. I don't really have to worry about resting Fred VanVleet.
Well, no, but yeah, you might have to worry about it. It defines start at 100,000, then go to 250 and go up, continue up.
It's 2
to $1 million.
You can't have 2. Who's the other star?
Yeah, you can rest Fred. You couldn't rest the other one at the same time.
Well,
Well,
who's
no,
our other-
but you can't rest Fred too much either.
That's true.
Yeah, you got a limited
Fred
number
ain't gonna
of.
get we ain't resting now.
No.
This isn't
Well,
Steven
not
Silas.
us. I'm not talking about us. I'm talking about the stars in the league.
Yeah, the stars in the league.
Yeah.
Good. You mean guys play?
Play, right.
This should not be some revolutionary new concept for the NBA. They're having to step in because players aren't playing. Do you understand how asinine this is? I understand the concept of resting LeBron James or a back-to-back with guys who have knee injuries or whatever, things like that they're coming back from. That totally makes sense. You know, Steph Curry, I get that. But when you're resting guys who are in their 20s or you're trying to – the load management comes with your minutes played. It shouldn't come with not even playing at all.
What about LeBron, though? It's an interesting situation. He's played 45, 56, and 55 regular season games the last 3 years. He's had a foot injury, a major foot injury. And if you feel like, hey, I got to rest him in back-to-back games here, then you're really risking. And they want to separate resting at home and separate resting on the road.
But there's
too.
a difference between rest and injury. If somebody's dealing with
but okay, LeBron is an older player. He does get special consideration because of how much he's played. He should. He absolutely should. And because of the injuries to his foot. If they feel like we're playing 4 games this week and I got to rest him too, there's a possibility that the Lakers are going to be fine for this. But I feel like maybe this is the best for LeBron James.
Put him on the injured list.
Yeah, and then I don't know how long that lasts. And then you say Anthony Davis, you're going to have to play because we can't have
I don't want to put him on the injured
Anthony
list,
Davis,
but I want him to.
No. When I say you have to put him on injury report, I should say.
Yeah.
You just have to say he's dealing with it because if you are dealing with an issue, the NBA can't demand you play.
It can't be
and this is what
rest.
the workaround's going to be is you're going to see the injury reports go sky high.
Yeah, and I'm sure the NBA will have to get in there and make sure it can't be DNP rest. That's what they're trying to fight. And
don't you just want to play? Like, I don't know. Don't you want to play? Don't you like playing?
Well, yeah, I think they like playing. It's just.
Do you think everyone likes playing?
Not everyone, but I think most NBA players like to play
Zion
basketball.
likes playing?
Well,
I think Zion likes playing basketball. I do think he likes playing basketball. I don't know what's going on here with Zion. I think that he's subconscious about the weight and stuff like that. But I think
you think
he
Ben
likes.
Simmons likes to play?
I don't know about Ben Simmons.
If I'm going by his off-season videos, he loves to play basketball.
I think he likes do I think he likes playing basketball? Yes. Does he like to play basketball in the NBA with everything that goes with it? I'm honestly, if ever, how you test if everyone loves basketball, cut salaries in half.
Yeah.
And say, now do you love
Do you
want to
play? Do you still want to play?
And that would be, for some guys, it would be absolutely.